You are born in ancient Egypt, the New Kingdom to be exact. Your father is a scribe. His father was a scribe before him. You inherit the reed pen the way other boys inherit cracked sandals and empty stomachs. From the moment you can hold a brush, you are told you are lucky. Lucky to avoid the fields. Lucky to avoid the quarries. Lucky to avoid the sun that turns men into old leather before they reach 40. You believe them. You are 6 years old and you believe everything. So you sit, you learn. You copy the same hieroglyphs until your wrist aches and your eyes blur and the lamp black stains your fingers the color of night. This is your life now. A reed, a palette, and a very long list of things you are not allowed to get wrong. The school is called the House of Life. It sounds beautiful. It is not beautiful. It is a room full of boys hunched over papyrus, whispering prayers that their ink doesn't smear. Your teacher strikes your knuckles with a stick when your signs are crooked. He strikes them harder when you look up. You study medicine scrolls, legal codes, religious texts, mathematics. You copy accounts of distant battles you will never fight in. You copy hymns to gods who may not be listening. The other boys sometimes ask why they must memorize the 72 names of the dead. Your teacher says understanding is not your job. Copying is. So, you copy. Years pass like shadows on limestone. You get very good at copying. By your late teens, you were assigned to a temple complex and handed a title that sounds grand. Scribe of the Treasury. What it means in practice is that you count grain. Every morning, you rise before the sun touches the Nile. You sit in a dim storeroom, counting sacks of emmer wheat, recording the numbers on sheets of papyrus that no one will ever read. You count jars of oil. You count bolts of linen. Sometimes a shipment doesn't match your figures and an overseer stares at you the way a crocodile regards a reed boat. You learn to recount carefully. You learn to recount several times before he asks. The field workers sometimes mock you when they think you cannot hear. Soft hands, they say, writes all day and does nothing real. You remind yourself that scribes don't break their backs hauling stone. You think of the quarry workers who come home with their shoulders wrong forever. You think of the farmers kneeling in the mud when the flood goes wrong, begging gods who give no answer. You are not them. This is what you tell yourself on the days when the ink runs dry and the overseer wants the temple accounts finished before sundown, and your lunch was a flat cake, so dry it crumbled before it reached your teeth. Still lucky. You are still lucky. Then there is the matter of making a mistake, a wrong figure in a temple inventory, a missing seal on a legal document, a misquoted line from the Book of the Dead recited at a nobleman's funeral. These are not small errors here. You answer to priests, to officials, to the eternal memory of the pharaoh, who is a god and therefore never wrong. Which means when something goes wrong, it is always you. The punishments range from public humiliation to something considerably worse, depending on whose grain you miscounted. Your reed pen scratches on through the heat and the silence and the years. The papyrus piles grow taller. The grain counts never end. And somewhere in the thin yellow light of that storeroom, in a life that was supposed to be a gift, you begin to wonder if the field workers weren't entirely wrong about you after all.